Welcome back to the Express in Jack Pool Plaza in Vancouver. Now this area right by the Cauldron went crazy during the 2010 Winter Games. But you know what went crazy afterwards? The sport of curling. And recently some of the game's big names were in town to inspire young players to go for gold.
Steve Kopp was born to rock, or throw them at least.
I love the camaraderie, I love the competitiveness. Obviously, it's a great social sport. You meet a lot of great people. So all of that together, it really makes it a lot of fun.
From competing against world champions to mentoring kids here at the Royal City Curling Club, Steve's dedication to the sport is rock solid. The 23-year-old SFU student is currently among Canada's best young curlers, a distinction that isn't often recognized.
In middle school, you're a little bit shy to tell them you're curling because it's not so cool. But I think with the Olympics and now it's starting to become a little more popular, it's sort of a cool thing to do. So a lot of my friends in high school and university thought it was great.
Now with a junior provincial title under his belt and a handful of wins on the men's tour, Steve is ready to play against Canada's elite.
We're really looking at getting to the Brier. It's sort of our goal, winning the provincials here in BC. And you know what? With enough practice and hard work, maybe winning the Brier one day.
He'll need the help of veteran curlers like 1986 world champion Neil Houston. Neil, along with Steve, is here to compete in this year's West Coast Curling Classic, an international tournament that will help players young and old fine-tune their game.
I think it's good. I think it showcases the city, it showcases the sport to the Lower Mainland, as well as providing maybe some impetus for younger players to take up the sport, or if they are playing already, learn a little bit more about becoming better players.
The team to beat this year is Team Martin, led by none other than Olympic gold medalist Kevin Martin.
It's fun because you get to test your skills over the course of one game against arguably the best team in the world.
And while Steve doesn't think his team will beat Martin's this year, simply playing alongside a living legend is motivation enough to go for gold.
And every time you're out there practicing and competing, it's something that you're thinking about, and eventually that's the main goal.
And win or lose, he's still a champion here at the home rink. I'm Tim Chung in New Westminster for The Express.
And the winner at this year's West Coast Curling Classic, none other than Kevin Martin's team from Edmonton. Congratulations, guys. Now, how about a winner on the local food truck scene? Located on the corner of Granville and Robson Street in Vancouver, there's a big red box that's churning out BC-inspired food. Just one of the reasons that business is booming at Kaboom Box.
Po' boy? Can I get a oyster po' boy?
Oyster?
Yep.
And I could eat 10 of these, 10 more of these, right now.
It's gourmet food, but it's not from a restaurant. It comes from this food cart called the Kaboom Box.
Have you had the salmon before? Well, the concept is really to kind of feature local food.
It's a good burger.
Oysters from Vancouver Island. We do venison burgers from the Okanagan.
Andrew used to be a hot dog vendor in San Francisco.
I just love the job, and I loved being on the street, and I loved serving people. And when I came to Vancouver a couple years ago, I had the idea of getting back into street vending. Do you want anything on the side?
They've set up shop here on Granville and Robson.
We've been here now for almost a year, and it's been really, really cool, like to meet all the other business owners and all the street musicians and all the characters of Granville Street, and it's really just great to be a part of it. Can I get a hot smoked salmon?
Okay.
Thank you.
With Brian's help,
Andy, the oyster's almost ready.
Andrew cranks out hundreds of sandwiches a day in this 6 by 10 foot box.
We have Quebec cheese curds, and we're going to put those on.
The placement of everything was planned, and every square inch of that space is used. Hey guys, how are you? Probably our best-selling sandwich is the hot smoked salmon sandwich.
I want to order your salmon sandwich.
Very good.
With fish and iced tea.
Iced tea, excellent. Yeah. All right, that'll be $9.50, sir.
$9.50?
Yep.
Why do you think you keep coming back here? What do they give you here?
Oh, it's a unique. You don't need to go to restaurant. It's a unique thing. That's why I like it.
It's our homemade tartar sauce that we make ourselves.
Sarah Jane Evans from the UK. You've never been to Kaboom Box before, have you?
No, never. And I spotted them earlier, and I saw this one. I'm thinking, I've got to try this because I've never eaten this before. And it's something new, and I love food.
It's finger-licking good. In Vancouver, I'm Melanie Pineda for The Express.
$12 for you. You're very welcome. We'll have it ready for you in just a minute.
Don't let the bad weather spoil your food cart fun. You can follow the Kaboom Box on Twitter to get regular updates. And stay with us. You're watching The Express, and still to come, we're talking dessert and design. After the break, West Coast style.
Where do you think swimwear design is moving towards?
The smaller, the better.
The wedding bells.
It is good.
That's so good.
The Express. We are your local boys.
Gelato-gasm. Hold on.
Oh, God!
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by The Lounge Hair Studio, loungehairstudio.com.
It's nighttime in a kitchen just like yours. All is quiet. Or is it? The North American house hippo is found throughout Canada and the eastern United States. House hippos are very timid creatures and are rarely seen, but they will defend their territory if provoked. They come out at night to search for food, water, and materials for their nests. The favorite foods of the house hippo are chips, raisins, and the crumbs from peanut butter on toast. They build their nests in bedroom closets, using lost mittens, dryer lint, and bits of string. The nests have to be very soft and warm. House hippos sleep about 16 hours a day.
That looked really real, but you knew it couldn't be true, didn't you? That's why it's good to think about what you're watching on TV and ask questions, kind of like you just did. A message from Concerned Children's Advertisers.
Welcome back to The Express in Vancouver, recently home to Eco Fashion Week. That's where they spotlighted some of the hottest designers and healthiest trends. And we've got your wrap-up and update on today's West Coast style.
Pacific Center's West Coast Style is brought to you by Pacific Center.
The West Coast is one of the most beautiful places on the planet, and I'm on the hunt to make sure that the people here look just as good as where they live. I'm Mansour, and I'm a lifestyle journalist searching for the most cutting-edge fashion and beauty hotspots, deals, and tips, all in our own backyard. I'll do the shopping so you don't have to. This is West Coast Style. Vancouver is once again on the global stage with the third Eco Fashion Week, marking its first anniversary. Eco Fashion Week has once again invited sustainable brands from all over Canada and the world.
I really want to reinvent the rules of fashion.
Vancouver Eco Fashion Week is the brainchild of stylist Mariam LaRoche. After working in fashion for over 15 years, Mariam took a stand in her new hometown of Vancouver on what can often be a wasteful industry.
We are wasting tons of fabric. We are throwing in the garbage too many clothes. The textile industry is the third most damaging industry on the planet. So it's like, okay, let's wake up.
Vancouver Eco Fashion Week's third season got off to a bang with the event's opening gala. This is where guests could get a taste of the designer trade show and boutique, the only part of Eco Fashion Week open to the public. The gala also drew designers, innovators, and celebrities to all toast to a sustainable fashion future. I'm here with Evan Bedell, the winner of the first season of Project Runway Canada and a local Vancouver, right? Do you think designers are personally responsible in making sure that their lines are eco-conscious?
I wouldn't say that they're responsible to it, but I think it's a smart business move because in a lot of ways you'll save money, and it's kind of futuristic and it's kind of stepping forward instead of backwards.
I do remember when Miriam was just getting this event started and she had that vision, that dream of showcasing how sexy and glamorous eco-fashion can really be. Because a lot of people, when they hear sustainable fashion, they think brown and they think hemp, and that's actually not the case.
I'm so excited to build something in Vancouver on the West Coast. I think it's time for Vancouver and the West Coast to shine.
And shine we did, not to mention a bit of sizzle. Day one of the runway show started off with local sustainable beachwear from Dobbin Design and Anna Kostarova.
Your designs made us want to go out to the beach or to a tropical island. Is that what you were going for?
We're always thinking about vacation at Dobbin Design. I'm always about bright colors, bright patterns, simple shapes, focusing on like really good fits.
Where do you think swimwear design is moving towards?
The smaller, the better. We only work with cotton and silk. It's all handmade. The other sustainability is if you wear less, you consume less.
Chandler Herbert from Make It Vancouver is joining me right now. What did you think of all those sexy bathing suits?
I loved it. Of course, what am I going to say? It's great to support local, handmade design, and it's cool to see it become kind of mainstream.
Vancouver Eco Fashion Week Season 3 showcased much more than just swimsuits. Tune in next week as we continue our coverage, giving you a glimpse at all the behind-the-scenes action. I'm Mansour for West Coast Style.
Pacific Center's West Coast Style has been brought to you by Pacific Center.
Next week on The Express, Mana will have more from the runway at Eco Fashion Week. In the meantime, you can get more of her musings on Twitter at West Coast Style. Right now on The Express, we're talking style in the form of modern weddings. Now, one of the grandest traditions may be cutting the cake, but for modern brides, they're thinking way outside the cake box. Or in the case of the wedding bells, inside a box that's a whole lot cooler.
Carrots Wedding Bells is brought to you by Carrots, online at carrots.com.
Hi, I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Wedding Bells.
I just got engaged.
And I did not. We're on an adventure to plan the big day. I love cheese! We all know that our bride-to-be so good. Loves food.
And at my wedding in Tuscany, I'm gonna have a gelato bar.
Gelato for me is all about passion from your heart into the gelato itself.
It is good.
That's so good. The moment it opened, I was in here every day.
Bella Gellateria is owned and operated by James Coleridge.
And is the only person outside of Italy to get the Gelato Pioneer Award.
And they're now calling me the father of gelato. Yes, there's a university for gelato, and I specialized in chocolate and alcohol and went and got my master's there.
I also specialized in chocolate and alcohol.
And so our gelato education began.
Here's what we learned. Number 1.
Gelato is all about passion and personalities.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really good.
Number 2, they're all about local business.
All of our flavors are intense, like the espresso, for example. This is a local roaster from Milano that we use as La Futura espresso.
Oh, God, that's good.
Local business.
Number 3, looks don't matter.
We hide it because it's not about what it looks like. It's not about being pretty. It's about what it tastes. So this is the best storage system in the world. It's called Pozzetti.
You're so powerful. It's like... Number 4, gelato is a great breakfast. Well, at least for me anyway. One of my favorite things to eat for breakfast in the world is ice cream and sprinkles.
I have nightmares now. Ice cream typically has 28% fat. Gelato has 7% fat.
Okay.
So you can have 4 times as much and feel a quarter as guilty.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
I don't even know what that was, but it was happy on my tongue.
Number 5. Did you know?
Vancouver has the most gelaterias per capita than anywhere in North America, even New York.
Number 6, my fave. It's a great place for dates. Lots of awkward dates here? Lots of good dates here?
We have lots of partnerships that come in here, start here. We do candles at night on the tables. We set it up as a really romantic setting. It's a gelato-gasm. Hold on.
Oh, God!
Number 7, last but certainly not least, It's perfect for weddings.
We got this cart that was handmade in Italy, and maybe if we're good enough, we'll see it later.
We actually bring the cart into the wedding party, and we actually serve the gelato right there to the bride and groom and all the guests.
You could eat all 3 meals here. Of all the things we learned at Gelato School, the one thing we'll never forget
is that gelato is an experience.
I'm in shock right now. I've never tasted anything like that in my whole life.
It tastes like summer. It tastes like sun. It tastes like summer.
Yeah. Thank you. For Shaw TV, we're the wedding bells.
Carrots Wedding Bells has been brought to you by Carrots, online at carrots.com.
A portable gelato cart? Who needs a wedding? I want that at my Halloween party. You're watching The Express, and it's time now for our spotlight on local events. Centered around World Food Day, Sustenance is a celebration which reflects the intersection of art, culture, and food in real life. The Pomo Band Showcase is a concert that showcases the talent of local bands and promotes youth in the performing arts. Proceeds from the event will be donated to the Children of the Street, a local charity dedicated to preventing the sexual exploitation of children and youth in BC. Fright Nights at Playland is a Halloween experience for the lovers of freak, horror, and terror. Disturbing haunted houses, freaky twilight rides, and a handful of monsters make for a deathly night out. And that's it for today's Express from Jackpool Plaza in Vancouver. We're going to leave you with a look at the latest exhibit at the Museum of Anthropology. And we'll see you next time.